drainages that were there were compromised. It was split open on the east side into the Lakeview section. Torrents of water came through, other levees were destroyed, and that's what contributed to hundreds of people dying here in New Orleans during Katrina. A total of up to 1,800 people died in New Orleans and other parts of this area from Hurricane Katrina. So there's no mandatory evacuation order in effect, but people are here. They're being promised that they're doing everything they can in the city of New Orleans to keep it safe, but they are a bit jittery. Jake, back to you.
Understandably so. Gary Tuchman in New Orleans, thanks so much. Let's bring in Republican Senator John Kennedy of the state of Louisiana. He spoke with President Trump about the storm earlier today. He's joining us on the phone from Baton Rouge. Senator Kennedy, always good to have you on. Tropical Storm Barry now expected to make landfall overnight tonight. What's your biggest concern right now?
The water. We're starting to feel the effects. I mean, you can see it. I just came from New Orleans on Baton Rouge. Now you can smell it. You can smell that a storm's coming. I think it'll hit in about 15 hours. It's going to go right up the middle of the state. It's about 200 miles wide. Winds, not good, but I've been through worse storms. Water is our concern. Number one, you get 10 to 20 inches of rain, you're going to flood, even if you're on Pikes Peak. We also are concerned about the levees overtopping. I've been through a lot of these. Every storm is different, but they have two things in common. They make you realize that the power of nature can humble the power of human beings anytime it wants to. And the other thing I'll always learn is if you're not scared, you're either a fool or a liar.
Right.
But we're ready, as ready as we can be. The president called me early this morning. He's declared an emergency. We're getting great help from Homeland Security and from FEMA. And my people are tough as a boot, and we'll get through it.
The governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards, he was asked today if Louisiana is better prepared for a hurricane compared to past storms such as Katrina. Take a listen to his response.
Our state is better prepared.
I love this toy.
You never know what Mother Nature is going to serve until she has served it.
Do you believe that preparations in Louisiana have been adequate, Senator?
Yes, I do, and they're better. I was there during Katrina. I was serving as a state treasurer. It was a dumpster fire at all levels, federal, state, and local. We had nowhere to go but up. But we're infinitely better prepared. All three levels of government are coordinated. The federal resources are here. That doesn't mean that this is going to be a cakewalk or this is the Big Rock Candy Mountain here. This is a serious storm, but we're as ready as we can be for it. We have our protocols that have all been followed.
There are people, obviously, in low-lying areas that are under mandatory evacuation. Some of them, however, are not leaving. Take a listen to the reasoning.
Oh.
I'm worried, but I don't know. It's just not that bad of a storm, I don't think. I could be wrong. We'll see.
As long as you got electricity, you can still make it.
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere for this. I don't see it's going to be too bad.
Senator, what's your message to people who are in the mandatory evacuation areas, who are not leaving, and who think that they can just ride out the storm?
Well, my first response is a lot of people stay to protect their property. The most important things in life aren't things. Worry about your life. Worry about your family's life. We've got shelters set up all across South Louisiana. All you got to do is give somebody a call, and we'll come get you, and we'll get you to safer ground. Don't be stuck on stupid. Get out if you feel at all at risk. The problem with the rainfall and the levee topping is we don't know exactly where, if at all, the levee will top, and we can't predict where the heavy rain will be. Now, the gentleman you just had on, he may be fine, but if he gets 20 inches of rain over a short period of time, 2 days, he's likely to flood, and he's putting himself at risk.
All right, Senator John Kennedy, Republican Louisiana, thank you so much. We always appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks, Jake.
Coming up next, living in fear inside a church. One mother's desperate attempt to avoid this weekend's ICE raids. Stay with us.
The 90s brought us a new look at some previously thought to be well-known stories.
Denzel Washington is at the pinnacle of his movie stardom. I think it's his best performance.
See, that's funny. I thought you traded options. I'm not really a Wall Street guy. What's the hesitation?
It just feels too complicated, you know?
Well, share it first, but JJ can help you with that. JJ, will you break it down for this gentleman?
Hey, Ian, you know at TD Ameritrade, we can walk you through your options trade step by step until you're comfortable.
I could be up for that.
That's taking options trading from Wall Street to Main Street.
Hey guys, want to play some pool?
I'm not really a pool guy. What's the hesitation?
This is complicated.
Step-by-step options trading support from TD Ameritrade.
Wireless network claims are so confusing. America's most reliable network. The nation's
Dang it,
largest, most
Maya.
reliable network. The best network is even better. Best, fastest, best. Enough. Sprint's doing things differently. They're offering a new 100% total satisfaction guarantee. I mean, I think Sprint's network and savings are great, but don't just take my word for it. Try it out and decide for yourself. Switch to Sprint and get both an unlimited plan and one of the newest phones included for just $35 a month.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in
wait,
Prevagen
that's
helps your
great.
brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
I hate this commercial. It makes me sick. Stupid.
Not even our competitor's best battery can match the power of Energizer, because Energizer Ultimate Lithium is the longest-lasting AA battery in the world. Energizer, backed by science, matched by no one.
Everyone loves a throwback, but I haven't worn that suit in a while. Or those shoes. Luckily, I still have them. Because the clothes that once gave you confidence can help someone get their career back on track. So go back and donate at Men's Warehouse today.
Most people think a button is just a button. That a speaker
Oh,
is just a speaker.
beautiful. This is great.
Or that the journey can't be the destination. Most people.
Discover the Lincoln approach to craftsmanship at the Lincoln Summer Invitation. Right now, get 0% APR on all 2019 Lincoln vehicles, plus no payments for up to 90 days. Only at your Lincoln dealer.
The 2020 race is revving up. Live from Detroit. 20 candidates, 2 big nights. The CNN Democratic presidential debates, July 30th and 31st, only on CNN.
Most of us don't know how
Oh.
but we all know we're paying too much for it. Enter Xfinity Mobile.
Nice
toy. America's best LTE. With the most Wi-Fi
You love me?
combined for the first time. When you're near an Xfinity hotspot, you're connected to Wi-Fi. Saving on data.
I can go on Sunday.
You pay for data by the gig. Use a little, pay a little. Use a lot, just switch to unlimited. Get $400 back when you buy the new LG G8. Call, visit, or click today.
Attention, families of veterans. If you are elderly or disabled and need help with activities of daily living, you might qualify.
You want my toys?
A modest senior care works with vets to help you get qualified. Call Modest Senior Care 248-237-6377. We match you with a highly qualified non-medical caregiver. A Modest is an A+ rated agency. Enjoy a better quality of life. Call for your free consultation 248-237-6377.
I'm Natasha Chen in New Orleans, and this is CNN.
Our politics lead now emotional testimony today in a hearing where migrant children and other undocumented immigrants have been treated under the Trump administration. Several Democratic lawmakers detailed the horrific conditions they say they witnessed while touring detention centers on the border. This comes as the House Oversight Committee revealed that at least 18 children under the age of 2 were separated from their parents, in some cases for up to 6 months. CNN Sun's Rafati reports today on a dramatic day on Capitol Hill.
Children being separated from their parents.
Look what I made.
In front of an American flag.
Emotional testimony from
Hey,
House Democrats.
The fear in their eyes won't be forgotten, Mr. Speaker.
About what they saw during their visit last week to 2 border facilities in Texas.
I believe the canker sores that I saw in their mouths because they were only allowed to be fed unnutritious food. I believed them when they said they were sleeping on concrete floors for 2 months.
First-hand accounts of the conditions and encounters with detained migrants.
She asked me if she deserved to be treated like this, if they deserve to be treated like dogs.
The Department of Homeland Security has denied some of the allegations, including that women had to drink from toilets, saying water was available. The acting DHS Inspector General today also sounding the alarm.
We remain concerned that it is not taking sufficient steps to address the overcrowding and prolonged detention we observed, particularly with respect to single adult detainees.
The former Customs Enforcement chief also emotional, defending his agency.
I'm the only one in this room who's wore a green uniform and been on that line. I'm the only one in this room that stood in the back of tractor trailers surrounded by 19 dead aliens, including a 5-year-old little boy that suffocated in death in his father's arms. I was there, and I saw it, and I smelled it, and it's terrible. And I still have nightmares to this day. This isn't just about enforcing laws, it's about saving lives. I found enough dead bodies in my gate.
All this as the House Oversight Committee today released a new report. Of the at least 2,648 children who were separated from their parents, at least 18 were infants and toddlers under the age of 2, including 9 babies under the age of 1, kept apart for 20 days to 6 months.
The administration's child
Be done in a minute.
were more harmful, traumatic, and chaotic.
We're not sitting there.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch a movie in a minute.
Meantime, today, Vice President Mike Pence and a group of Republican senators are making their own visit to a border facility in Texas. All Democrats invited to join them declined. That derided by Senator Thom Tillis today, tweeting, "Lots of empty seats since not a single Democrat showed up."
And the Vice President's trip today also follows the media being given access yesterday to one of the same facilities that the Democrats had toured a few weeks ago. There were actually very few migrants left in that facility, despite the dramatic overcrowding in recent weeks. That likely due to the fact that Congress approved funding earlier in June, likely easing some of the overcrowding by sending some of the children to HHS facilities. Jake.
All right, Simon Zerkati on Capitol Hill. President Trump confirmed today that on Sunday, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, will begin nationwide deportation raids. The president insisted that the primary focus will be on criminals, but sources tell CNN that among the targets this weekend are hundreds of families whose only apparent crime is that they're here illegally and have ignored previous deportation orders. The pending raids and the confusion about them is creating fear and panic in some communities, and as CNN's Rosa Flora shows us now, one undocumented woman in Chicago whose children are U.S. citizens has even taken to hiding in a house of worship.
Francisca Lino has lived in Chicago for some 20 years. She is the mom of 4 U.S. citizens who she raised in the outskirts of town. But for the past 2 years, Lino has lived inside a church, away from her family and hoping to not be deported.
Me da como pánico.
Lino, who is undocumented, says she gets in a panic thinking about getting pulled away and stashed in overcrowded detention facilities she has seen on the news. She took sanctuary in this church, a place federal agents typically avoid raiding.
Do you have a plan if there's a raid here in this church? No.
But now, she's worried that it could all come to an end this weekend, when planned ICE raids in cities across the country, including Chicago, are set to begin. For more than a decade, a time span covering administrations of both parties, Lino checked in with immigration officials twice a year, and there was never any issue. Until Donald Trump took office. CNN was there in 2017, the morning of her first check-in, during the Trump era.
That brings me a lot of fear.
It was an emotional affair for her entire family. First, an immigration agent told her she could stay for another year.
I
feel very happy because I was given another year.
And then, her joy turned to heartbreak when she was asked to return to the federal building in 4